well, we'll get into it. Sure, you'll come after the fact. I want to talk a little bit today about my travel here in Georgia and who we are, what we do, and where we're going. When I first came to Georgia, I started on the Black Sea side of the country. I lived in Kvariati and then Batumi and eventually made my way across the country to Tbilisi. So geographically, I have experienced Georgia from the coast all the way into the capital with stops and experiences through the country in between. I have seen the Black Sea, the hillside of Kvariati, the streets of Batumi, the Georgian Military Highway, the Greater Caucasus Mountains, monasteries, fortresses, villages, rivers, and urban landscape of Tbilisi. I did not come here for a quick vacation. I came here and lived here for 4 months. That gave me time to move beyond first impressions and actually understand what daily life here feels like. I came into Georgia not knowing exactly how everything would unfold, and now I am approaching the end of the chapter with a much clearer understanding of the country, myself, and the type of work I am building. I love the Black Sea. I really, really do. I miss it being here in Tbilisi. I kind of miss the Black Sea and Batumi and Kvariati and Jonio and just that the whole thing. I miss it. I wish I could go there one last time before I leave the country, but I can't. We did that time and now it's over and it is what it is, but I love the Black Sea. The Black Sea is probably my favorite thing about Georgia. If I have to name just one thing, it would be the Black Sea. It was my first sea, and I'm sure I've said this before because the truth never changes, right? So you just say the same shit over and over again. But it's true. I always thought that the Caribbean Sea was going to be my first sea. But no, it was the Black Sea, so it is what it is. Georgia, I like Georgia. I like the country of Georgia. I really don't have anything bad to say about Georgia because I didn't come here expecting anything from the Georgian people or anyone in Georgia. I came here on my own to experience what I could experience as a foreigner, and I did that. I don't really have anything bad to say. They can live according to their standards any way that they choose to live, and I didn't come here to judge that. You know? Now I'm going to keep my standards, but I didn't come here to judge them and to critique them and to try to make them into lesser or more based on my standards. So I really like Georgia. I think it's a great country. It has a lot to offer. My first yellow watermelon ever came from Georgia. My first yellow throw the juice all over me. My first yellow watermelon, Georgia, right? A lot of firsts happened here in Georgia. My first sea, Georgia. First yellow watermelon, Georgia. First currency exchange, Georgia. There's so much. First fortress, Georgia. First waterfall, Georgia. And the list goes on and on and on. Like, I can't even start to explain in just general conversation how much Georgia has affected me and changed me and helped me grow into this new identity that I've chosen for myself. And I don't really even understand right now exactly what that consists of because I'm still in the moment. I'm still in Georgia. I still have about 19 days left. I would recommend anybody to come to Georgia. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say. Yes, I've had some incidences, okay? And I've had some moments that were not all that wonderful, right? But I have my own capital. I have my own brain. I have my own movement. I have my own resources. So if something happens, I can just leave, right? I don't have to sit around and endure anything that's uncomfortable. So it is what it is. It's not a vacation. I've had, along the 3-month journey, I've had people who have tried to undermine what I'm doing here and tell me, it's a vacation. Just try to undermine it, and it's not a vacation. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of life, right? Yeah. I didn't know anything about Georgia when I got here. I knew that I was going to a country in the Caucasus region that said that my passport could stay there for 365 days with no visa. I knew that it was relatively less expensive than America, and I knew that they had cleaner food than what I was used to getting. That's all I knew. That's it. That's all I knew. I knew the Black Sea was here. You know what I mean? I knew that they spoke a different language, that they didn't speak English. That's all I knew. So from the moment I got here, everything was brand new. Everything was a learning process. And now that I've been here for almost 4 months, I think I got it down, right? I think I understand what's going on here in Georgia, and I can function and I can move. I can go to the grocery store, I can buy my lemons, I can buy my watermelon, I can do this, do that without questioning the system, without not understanding the little things that make them their own people, right? Georgians are their own people. They have their own language. They have their own religion. They have their own country. They are their own people, right? There's a lot of other people here. There's a lot of Russians. There's a lot of Armenians and that other country over there, that Archbarkers or the whatever, and others, you know what I mean? But I really like Georgia. Like, I just don't have anything bad to say at the end of this. Like, yes, I've been irritated, right? Yes, I've been in situations that were not pleasant. Yes, I've been in situations where I didn't understand what was going on, or I personally was not going to follow the way that they did certain things. But that does not make it a bad experience. That's just part of being a foreigner in a foreign country. I am not a tourist. I am not an expat. I am a foreigner, and I am a traveler in a foreign country. I am not here to consume. I am here to experience and build the archive and report back to you the actual truth. Because a lot of shit that's online now is absolute bullshit. Okay? Anyways. So I kind of already went into this a little bit, but we'll read the dissertation and then we'll continue with the conversation. My observations and opinions of Georgia. Georgia is an extremely beautiful country. The natural landscape is probably its strongest asset. You have the Black Sea, the Greater Caucasus Mountains, the Lesser Caucasus Mountains, rivers, valleys, forests, waterfalls, and historic architecture. There is a lot here visually, culturally, and historically. Georgia is also very affordable compared with many other places, and it is possible to move around independently without spending a tremendous amount of money. At the same time, living somewhere is different from looking at the scenery. I have experienced problems with lodging, maintenance, communication, infrastructure, and basic consistency. Almost every place I have stayed have had some kind of defect: heating, internet, hot water, broken equipment, or furniture was not properly maintained. That does not erase the beauty of the country, but it is part of the real experience. My opinion of Georgia is not completely positive or completely negative. It is layered. There are places and experiences here that I will always remember. There are also things that made daily life unnecessarily difficult. That is why I'm glad I stayed long enough to form a complete opinion instead of judging the entire country based from a short vacation. That is so true. That is exactly it. I did have some serious defects in my accommodations that I had to work through while I was here. And the cleanliness, the level of cleanliness is in question. And that's another reason why I'm not going to the hot springs here. Like, I would love to go to the hot springs here. We know that. I am a water baby. I love water. I would be in the hot springs daily if I felt comfortable with it, and I don't. I've been over to the district. You saw, if you follow my YouTube, you would have saw the videos when I was over there in the bath district. I could have very well walked into one of the bathhouses, paid a few GEL, and had the session. But the problem with me is, like, my skin is super sensitive when it comes to other people's dirt and their, like, skin cells and just that kind of, like, stuff on surfaces. Okay? And my skin is perfect right now. I'm real happy with it. Like, I don't have nothing. Everything is smooth and perfect the way it is, right? And I just don't feel comfortable going into an enclosed space that is completely sealed off into a bathtub of hot spring water that I can't even verify if it's being recycled in between clients, and the cleaning of the rooms. Like, how are you cleaning the inside of this tub, right? It's a no-go for me. I've read plenty of reviews. A lot of reviews talk about the cleanliness too. And just knowing Georgia, like I know Georgia for being here for 4 months, I'm just not going to do it. It's just not worth it to me just to have the content of me going to a Georgian bathhouse. It's not worth it. I'll just wait. I plan on going to the hot springs when I get to Colorado, and it's more at my speed. It's outdoors. It's open air hot springs, kind of like the Blue Lagoon or the Sky Lagoon. If you've seen that footage, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I'm not doing the hot springs here because I'm scared. Like, I do not want my skin to break out. And I did go to the spa in Batumi, to the Orchid Spa. It's in a hotel, in a real high-end hotel. Just like all of the high-end hotels have spas. You know, like the Ritz-Carlton has a spa. A lot of Hilton's, a lot of high-end hotels have in-house spas. And that's what the Orchid Spa was. It was an in-house spa in a very high-end hotel. So that, I was comfortable with that because they are like a corporate spa type situation. So they have their own standards that they have to follow because it's like corporate. And when I had the massage, I had a traditional Hammond massage with a Kisa glove scrub, which was absolutely outstanding. And it was in one of those enclosed rooms, like one of those enclosed rooms, and you lay on this big slab, and it's like a hot rock or whatever. It was a decent sized room, though. It was not extremely small or extremely big. It was a decent sized room. And, and everything was amazing. I didn't have no issues. The technician, the massage person was amazing. The whole thing was super professional, and I was so pleased with the outcome with my skin and how the massage and the oils and the scrubs and the foam and just the whole process was amazing. So I have done a massage Hammond style experience here in Georgia, but I'm not gonna go to the hot springs because I'm scared of the facilities. Like, I don't want my skin to break out. So it is what it is. I'm gonna wait till I get to Colorado to go to the hot springs, and I'm hoping at some point, now that I know more about the Hammond bathhouse experience, is that it is really from Morocco, and that's where it comes from. That's where the Kisa glove comes from. That's where the different techniques come from, is Morocco. So I'm hoping to actually have the original experience through Morocco one day, or at least in the south of Spain, in Andalusia. That would be amazing, right? And it's not completely Moroccan, but the Hammond massage and spa and cleansing, it's very popular in Morocco, and the Kisa glove comes from Morocco. And yeah, so that's something on the list to do, but I'm just not going to do it here. All right. Defining Lucille Gessling travel. Lucille Gessling travel is not traditional travel influencing. I am not here to perform, entertain people, chase trends, or convince everyone that every destination is perfect. I am documenting my real life as I move through the world. This is a living archive. The locations matter, but the person comes first and the place comes second. The story is not only about where I went, it is about who I was when I arrived, what I experienced there, and what I learned, and how I changed. I document the beautiful parts, the difficult parts, and the ordinary parts, the architecture, the landscape, the movement, and the reality of existing in a place over time. I am not building around going viral. I am building it for longevity. The audience may grow slowly or quickly, but the archive will continue either way. Years from now, these photographs, videos, observations, and records will still exist. That is the purpose. See, I have to read it to you like that, because if I say it to you the way I'm going to say it, it's going to come across a lot harsher than what we just read. I am not here to perform. It's not a performance. I'm not a rapper. Okay? I'm not putting on a skit for you. I'm not here to fucking shuck and jive for you motherfuckers. See, that's why I gotta read that, you see. You see how it's going to go. I'm not here to shuck and jive for y'all. I'm not here to be your fucking eye candy. I'm not here for none of that. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm not here to chase trends, to try to be an influencer, to convince you of nothing. I am showing you events that are happening in my real life. That's it. That's it. If you want to be entertained, if you want somebody to give you a performance, to coddle you, right, like a baby, and tell you what you want to hear, and hold your hand through destinations, and point out every fucking thing, and try to and explain everything to you. No. You're gonna have to use your brain here. And if you don't have one, this is not the place for you. You're gonna have to interpret things on your own. I leave a lot of space open just so you can come to your own conclusion. That's half of the way that I present. It's a lot of observation. It's a lot of open space for your own imagination to work and come to your own conclusion about things. And if you're that brain dead that you can't do that, that's not my problem. I ain't got nothing to do with that. It's not my problem. What Georgia proved to me. This chapter proved that I am capable of much more than I once had the opportunity to imagine. I moved through a foreign country alone. I changed locations, managed transportation, handled problems, documented my experience, protected my equipment, controlled my budget, and continued building my work. I learned that I can adapt without losing myself. I do not have to become smaller, quieter, or more agreeable just because I am in an unfamiliar place. I can travel the world with all of my differences still intact. Georgia also taught me that independence is not always glamorous. Sometimes it is solving problems alone, changing plans, dealing with discomfort, and continuing anyways. But I did it. Whatever did not go perfectly, I handled it. Whatever I wanted to document, I found a way to document it. This is something I will carry into every destination after this. Facts. Facts. And that's exactly what it is. And so there's been, several that have come along through the journey and tried to shove me into their fucking box or minimize what I'm doing or I don't want to be your girlfriend. The title is too small. You understand that? Do you get that? Like, I don't think a lot of men understand. Being your woman is too small for me. I don't want it. Find somebody else. Find somebody else to do it. Being your woman is too beneath me. It's too small. I'm not downsizing or shrinking or becoming less than a woman just to accommodate a man. I'm prepared to spend the rest of my life alone. It's not a problem. Where the archive goes next. Georgia is not the end of the journey. It is one major chapter in a much larger archive. I still have more to complete before I leave, including Armenia, in the final days of my time here. And after that, I return to the United States, but returning to America does not mean the journey is over. It means I am entering the next operational phase. Denver will become my base while I organize, rebuild, store what I need, and prepare for the next routes. There are still many places ahead, more of the United States, Spain, Gibraltar, Morocco, the Caribbean, and other parts of the world. The goal is not to race through countries just to increase a number. The goal is to build a complete body of work over time. Georgia will be the country where I proved that I could leave my former life, live abroad independently, and begin turning travel into a permanent archive. The chapter is ending, but the work is only getting started. It was just the first run. Georgia was just the first run. We got lots and lots of other places to go over the next 2 decades. This is just the first year of the first decade. I'm playing a very long-term game here. A very long game. You know, and I've already done this before. That's how I am who I am today. So I have a little bit of experience. And I'm really excited to get there and to see how much what I can find. You know what I mean? And so now this is something I'm going to talk about real quick. So before I end this live record in the archive, yes, I want to come to Africa. I absolutely adore Africa. Africa is not a country. Africa is a continent with numerous countries, numerous cultures, and numerous levels of risk. All day, every day, people are like, come here, come to Africa, come to Ghana, come to Nigeria, come to Gambia, come to Senegal, come to wherever the fuck. Okay? And to you, without any education about travel, international travel, it may seem that easy, or maybe I just make it look so easy that it seems like that, but it's not, okay? It is not, unless you want to pay for it. That's the first thing. You want to pay for it. You gonna pay for me to come to Africa? You gonna pay for it? No, you're fucking not. So shut up. Okay, so first of all, I have to get over 6 vaccinations to come to Africa. I have to get typhoid, yellow fever, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, rabies is recommended, and while I'm there, I have to take malaria pills. Okay? So can you see how that's just a kind of a little discouraging for me to go to Africa? I gotta get all of these fucking shots, and then I have to take all these fucking pills and shit just to land, just to put my feet on the continent. Okay? Okay, so once we get past that, right? We done got inoculated. We got our malaria pills. We're there. You better pick the right fucking country. I tell you that fucking much. You better pick the right country with the right security in the right place at the right time. Because if not, yeah, it's going to be a hot fucking mess. And my problem with a lot of countries in Africa is that the government is unstable. The government and the infrastructure is unstable. Whether it be the local government or the government of the country, it's not stable. It doesn't even protect and provide for its own people in that country. So what the fuck do you think it's going to do for me? So let's say I go to fucking Nigeria. Okay? I done got my fucking vaccinations. I done got 5 fucking shots in my ass. And I got my malaria pills, right? And I've made it past customs. And now I'm in Nigeria. Okay? And then let's say, I get a reliable driver. I get to my accommodation. It's locked up. It's safe. It's going to be behind a fucking wall, kind of like this courtyard setup that I'm in right here. Let's say something goes wrong. Somebody tries to rob me or something happens. Who do I call? Who's going to come help me? I could call the police. But they might try to extort me too. So now what do? You see, there's a lot to fucking take into consideration before coming to Africa. Oh, and then here comes somebody, right? Here comes some guy. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of everything. Nobody's going to bother you as long as you're with me. I'll handle it. I'll make sure you're safe. What about you? What happens to me when you become the fucking problem? Yeah. I'm going to go. It's just not going to be this decade. I'm going to be a lot older than what I am today before I put my feet on African soil. Unless it's somewhere like Tangier. Like, I'll go to Tangier now in Morocco, across the strait of across the Mediterranean Sea from South Spain. I'll go to Morocco. I'll go to Tangier. I'm not even going deep inside Morocco. So where we're going to be at for predominantly a lot of our travel in the next 5 years, unless something changes, unless, so we get this huge breakthrough and we get a sponsor and we get some of the infrastructure and some of the support that we need to be able to knock out some of these big box places. But if it's just me and my accord, my independent travel, we're going to be in Europe, with a little bit of Caribbean, a little bit of Central America and South America, the Pacific, Australia, and that's it. That's really it, and that's a lot. That is a lot. It's not just like, oh, you're not going nowhere. No, that's a lot. There are a lot of countries in all of those locations, but where I'm not going is Africa and Asia. They're not in this next 5 years. This next 5 years is Europe, Australia, the Pacific, America. I still travel within my own country as well. There's a lot of stuff that I still have not seen in America. And then Central America, South America, and the Caribbean. Africa is not on the list, and Asia is not on the list. So stop asking me about it. Stop jumping in my inbox and talking about fucking Africa. I'm not coming. This decade. So, I hope I've been clear so we don't have any misunderstandings. Because I just don't know. I be feeling like I'm presenting it correctly. But you guys act retarded. Like you don't fucking understand. Like you don't get it. I want to be your girlfriend. I don't want to be your fucking wife. I'm definitely not going to have your little raggedy ass kids. I'm not coming to Africa. I'm not even going to go to Asia. I mean, I might. I don't know. I don't know. Unless something changes. It's like all these people get into the inbox and say all this shit, but don't have a fucking half a nickel to contribute to the process. If you don't talk fucking infrastructure to me, then I think that you're a fucking idiot. I think you're a clown, and I think you're a waste of my fucking time. Infrastructure.